Hey, it's Trey with Spotio. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate you taking time out of your day. I promise we'll make it worth your time. So I'm sitting here in the Spotio sales war room. You might be able to see the poster on the back wall here. And at Spotio, we believe in professional development, so getting better at what we do, and that's no different than for our sales team. So when we set out to find the best training available, we came across Cardone University, Grant Cardone. I'm sure you've heard of him. And during that process, I met the gentleman we're going to be speaking with today. He was our sales rep with Grant Cardone, and he had such a great story about where he started from, where he's at now, very motivational. And I know y'all want to hear this, but we're not only going to dive into that, but also what some of the other companies and best salespeople and best companies that he's worked with do. And the goal here is to leave you with some actionable advice and insights that you can start tomorrow. So buckle up tight. Let's get this party started. Dave, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name's Dave Robards, sales and marketing manager for the Grant Cardone, #1 sales trainer on the planet. I've been with Grant for about 3 years, well, just over 3 years now. And in the last three years, my life completely changed. There's some people that don't even recognize me from I guess my previous life 3, 4, 5 years ago.
And so, tell us about where you started off at. So, the story about leading up to you getting the job with Cardone. So where were you at?
Okay, so I was living in Las Vegas, Nevada. Maybe some of you have heard of that place. Yeah. And I was working for a leadership development company. So I sold training. It was leadership development training. And one day, one of my clients sent me this video. And you can find it right now on YouTube. Type in Grant Cardone live sales call.
Seen it. Love it.
And it's about a 16-minute video. And I watched this, and about 3 minutes into it, I realized that, man, I knew nothing about sales. Anyway, through different contacts, I was actually able to reach out to Grant, and I was going to pitch Grant my program. And by the end of the phone call, and he took my call, he listened to my pitch, and by the end of the call, he was giving me a coaching call that he charges like $10,000 for somebody to do this. So, I knew I needed to come work for this guy because I was tired of being average. And that's really, my main focus right now is getting rid of average and going after greatness. Mm-hmm. So we got on his online sales development program called Cardone University, same program you're on, you got for your team. And I started training every day. I took it more serious than anybody else because I knew that if I found out how to really sell, close, negotiate, build a pipeline, follow up, that I could go anywhere and I could do anything. So I trained and actually called up his vice president, Jared. I pitched Jared my deal about 6 months after training on Cardone U, and he threw everything at me, man. He threw every objection in the book. Price is too high, payment's too high, call me next month, I need to check with my girlfriend. Same thing everybody hears all the time.
Yeah.
So needless to say, I overcame every single objection that he had, and Grant and Jared actually invited me to come out and be on their show, The Ultimate Job Interview, Whatever It Takes. Now, this, if you haven't seen it yet, go to YouTube, Whatever It Takes, episode 5 of season 1, and you'll actually see my job interview with Grant. I actually had to win my job. and the prize was a 100% commission sales job.
Yeah,
that was the prize. Yeah. So that's how I got my job with Grant. And if you read his book, Be Obsessed or Be Average, on page 169, that he actually goes into that on how I got the job. And he'll leave it more detail if you get the MP3.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. So you're reality, we got a reality TV star in our midst as well as a sales expert. So I think, what struck me is early in my sales career, I thought that I was just a natural, pretty good BSer. I could carry on a conversation. I thought, man, I just know how to do this, right? I could sell. And then as I progress in my career, you're like, man, there's an actual art to this, and it takes practice. And that's really what I like about, learning about the training and what y'all do over there is you're committed to this, to getting better and still on a daily basis, right? I mean, 3 years later, this is still something that y'all practice what you preach, right?
Absolutely. Every day. In fact, it's mandatory at our office for the sales team to train before we get to the office. And we actually get to the office a half an hour before the rest of the team so that we can role play. So we train every day on average 30 to 40 minutes on our own time. And then when we get to the office, we role play for another 30 minutes before we even have our very first meeting and before we get into, our actual day. That way we're trained salespeople, we're warmed up, we're ready to go, just like a professional athlete would warm up before the game.
Yeah.
A week, that's what we're doing. And it makes a big difference. Like the role play really does make a big difference. I'm mad every time I miss it because I've got a meeting or something.
Now we're talking about daily routines, and people love to hear what successful people's daily routines are. So share with us, what is your daily routine? I mean, do you wake up and work out, or, what time do you like to get to the office? How many calls do you make? Stuff like that.
So look, the daily routine is absolutely crucial. And I'm not going to come in and tell you, I do this every single day, because to be honest with you, when Monday comes, I'm excited about Mondays. I'm super jacked up. And then all of a sudden Thursday comes and I might have missed one or two little projects, or I didn't complete something. And then it gets me off balance a little bit. And I've got to recommit every single day to greatness. So my perfect day would start actually the night before. So the night before I would grab let me see if I have it right here. Here it is. My 10X planner. Okay. So in the 10X planner, I'd write my goals down before I went to sleep. So I write my goals down before I went to sleep. And these are the big goals. Yeah. The goals that you write down, and it's hard for you to go back to sleep. So, I'm on the cover of Men's Health magazine, right? I've got $100 million in the bank. I fly my own jet, right? People around the world ask for my help to increase revenue in their companies. Big goals. Yeah. And then when I wake up in the morning, my alarm goes off at 4:45 a.m. It takes me about 15 minutes to kind of wipe the sleep out of my eyes and move, and then what I want to do is I grab the 10X planner again and I write my goals down again. So I end my day and start my day with, why am I even getting up out of bed? Now, the condo that I live in has a great gym downstairs. And right now, I'm living with a couple superstars, not in my condo, but in the building. Jared Glant, Vice President of Sales for Grant. Todd Straw, who is the sales director. Steve Spray, who won Salesman of the Year last month for Grant, or last year for Grant. Jordan Stupar, who two years ago was Salesman of the Year. So us five all live in the same condo. So it's like, we call it the 10X dorms. Nice. So I live around all these superstars and these great salespeople that are, doing the same thing I'm doing. So surround yourself with hitters.
Yeah.
Winners. That's another big deal. So we surrounded ourselves with hitters and winners. And then, my workouts are usually about an hour and 20 minutes.
Dang. Okay, you're getting serious.
Well, yeah, if you're not going to be committed to it, if you're not going to be obsessed, don't do it.
Yeah.
So they're about an hour and 20 minutes. And then I head upstairs. I'm getting 6 or 7 eggs for breakfast while I'm listening to audio programs and doing my training. And then I'm out the door by 8, into the office by 8:30. 8:30 got role play from 8:30 to 9. 9:05, Grant sits down with the entire office. We have a 15-minute meeting on successes and what's happening. And then from 9:20 to 6 p.m., I'm pounding the phone, setting appointments, calling product orders, helping customers. That's when I'm pushing the most. And then by the time I get home, 7:30, if I don't stay too late at the office, then it's preparing for the next day, doing some meal prep, reading, studying, interviews.
Yeah.
And then get my goals down, and same thing all over again. And it's really tough when it comes to the weekends because my schedule changes a little bit. And to keep that schedule is so important. That's what really, the frequency and consistency. And I still struggle with it every single day.
Yeah.
But that's where the discipline comes in.
Like it. And so what are some of you work with a lot of companies, you come in and, would you say that they come to you because they have a problem? Like, man, we got to change something, or we're going out of business, or are they just trying to get better? Like, what's the breakdown of that? Really,
it's both. I mean, we've got companies with 3 salespeople. We've got companies with 3,000 salespeople. And it's both. We've got guys that, hey, this is my last chance. I need something right now to increase revenue. My salespeople, they're uneducated. They sell like it's 1982, and they don't even use a CRM, and they've got the same 3 closes they've been using for 30 years. They're dinosaurs. I hear that sometimes. These guys are Or they go the other direction. I've got nothing but a bunch of millennials that work for me, and they know a lot of technology, but they don't know how to
email. I just want to send emails all day.
Emails. Where you got to get a phone call, man. You got to talk to these people, because in order to get a decision maker on the phone, you're going to have to learn how to persist. You need to know your cold call. You need to know your pitch. You need to know how to get past the gatekeeper. You need to know how to follow up. You need to know how to full pipeline. And that's before you even get into the sales process.
Right, yeah. God, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, they come to you, they're all over the place. So what are some of the biggest, the ones that come to you that are in dire straits? What have they not done that's got them there? I mean, is it just they don't have a process, or they're not committed to what do you think it is?
Well, it's today's marketplace. I ask them, do you think that your consumer has changed in the last 20 years? And they're like, well, yeah, of course. Do you think your consumer has changed in the last 2 years? Okay. People shop online. Mm-hmm. People want to separate themselves from the salesperson. But salespeople make entire economies happen. And usually when a client is doing that, a customer comes to me, it's their salespeople feel that they're order takers. Somebody's going to call in, somebody's going to give us a lead. I'm going to call and see if they want the program. And if they do, I'm just going to sign them up. If not, okay. Because they're so used to average. 76% of all Americans, they're living paycheck to paycheck right now because they don't know what greatness even means. And they're so inundated with average food, average life, average car, average sex, right? And then they're so used to that, they don't know what greatness is anymore. And when somebody comes in and goes, go for greatness, they're like, they're deer caught in headlights. They don't know what the guy's even talking about. Mm-hmm. So that's what we do. I mean, our goal at Cardone Enterprises is to get 7 billion people to know who Grant Cardone is. Okay. And then get as many people as we can out of average, shooting for greatness. And, we live on a broken planet right now. We do. Yeah. And so anything that we can do to help somebody go towards freedom, that's what we're doing. And we know we also live on a planet that runs on money. So if you want real freedom, you're going to need some cash, man. And we're going to teach you how to go get it.
Yeah, I like that point. And so the best success story, let's say, of a salesperson that you've introduced Cardone University to, and they just turned it around, what would you say that person did?
It's the consistency. It's about, okay, I'm making a decision that I don't like where I'm at. And it's probably I said something to him to piss him off.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's not to get mad at me. I don't want you mad at me. I want you mad at where you are in life right now. So I'm going to be honest with you. If you answer the phone, I say how it's going, and you're like, oh no, I'm good. I'm like, dude, we're not talking about good. We're talking about great. We're talking about greatness. And then sometimes that'll like get them on edge a little bit. And look, if that got you on edge, if that got you angry, it's because it's the truth. Mm. If I was lying to you, it wouldn't bother you. But because I touched a nerve, that's telling me, and it should tell you, that you don't like where you're at. You're tired of it, man. You deserve more. Anybody can go out and get it. You just need the skills to go out. You just need the skills to get it. So I've seen guys go from, they don't know how to pay rent and they're worried about how much groceries are going to cost to, you're always going to have problems to, who do I write $100,000 check to start becoming a real estate investor? Mm-hmm. That's the kind of success we're seeing.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really good. And so you got the 10X dorm you're living at, a lot of successful guys. What is it about? I mean, what are they doing to be so successful? Is it just the motivation? I'm getting up and I'm doing it. I have a process. I'm consistent every day. Or is it, is there anything special about this group that they're doing?
Yeah. We're building skill. Because there's some guys out there that are like, you got to hustle, man. You got to grind. You got to hustle. You got to grind. Okay. I'm hustling and I'm grinding. I'm hustling, I'm grinding, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm just hustling and grinding. Okay, that's like if you're talking about a basketball player, you just got to run fast, man. You just got to run fast, hustle. Like, cool, I'm hustling, but it's not helping me get a better shot.
Yeah,
I'm not dribbling the ball any better. That's where we're going to come in. It's not just about the hustle and the grind. We're actually going to give you the skill necessary to score more and win more games. And for a salesperson, that's being able to make the call. Not just pick up the call and dial, which you have to do, but actually, how do you do it? What do you sound like? What's your intention on the phone? How do you get somebody's attention? How do you set a hook so that you have somebody's attention and you set it so deep that they can't get off the phone with you? So that's what you do. It's adding skill. And every day, all we ever talk about, me, Steve, Jordan, Todd, Jared, all we ever talk about with each other is, hey, what are you doing today? Dude, I'm looking to make my dreams come true. I want freedom. I'm going after freedom today. What are you doing? I'm looking to make my dreams come true. What are you doing? Going after freedom. Like that's all we talk about, because we want to eliminate distractions. Distractions are what's going to have you stay in average.
Mm-hmm. And so what's your, when you cold call somebody, what do you say? What's your opener? What's your pitch?
So they don't know me and I don't know them, right? 100% cold call. And this is happening a lot right now. Hey, this is Dave, Grant Cardone's office. I know you don't know me and I don't know you. And this is a cold call. Okay, what we do is we're working with a lot of companies in your industry right now. They're seeing about a 30% increase in revenue in as little as 90 days. My boss, Grant, asked me to actually get you some access to our sales development program. It takes about 2 minutes to get you hooked up. Are you sitting in front of a computer? So that's about a 35-second cold call pitch. And from there, I already know the guy's going to say, I'm not sitting in front of a computer. I'm not interested. I'm busy. We already have sales training. Who's Grant Cardone? That doesn't happen too much anymore, but it still does. And so I know where he's going to go. So I need to know, sir, I know you're not interested. Of course you wouldn't be interested. How could you be interested? You don't even have enough information to be interested, but I'm interested in your company. Okay, and I'm interested in your growth. So all I'm going to do is get you some access. We're going to see if it's a good fit. And he's going to say, well, I'm busy, man. Sir, I know you're busy. And that's exactly why I'm calling, because you're busy. In fact, 80% of all managers say that they're too busy to train your people. Okay, and I know you're busy, and that means that your salesperson right now knows he can't come to you and ask for a solution or ask for training because you're busy. Now, all I'm going to do is give you some access. See if it's a good fit for you, your managers, or your salespeople. And if it is, then we'll put something together. It's really easy for you to say yes to. If it's not, man, I'll never call you back. Till the next one.
I love it. Right after we got Cardone, Cardone University, we ended up redoing one of our sales call flows or scripts, whatever you want to call it. And it ended up, our show rate, because we set appointments for software demos, I think it was 42%. Went from that all the way almost to 70, just wow. The few changes that we got from Cardone, the whole reconfirm and lockdown. That's been a game changer as far as, when someone sets an appointment, you stop, you say, hey, now that's Tuesday at 9. You don't have a breakfast or a sales meeting or anything that's going to prevent you from being in front of a computer with internet, do you? Please check your calendar. No? Okay, great. We'll see you then. And so these little things that we do, the reason I'm calling, I really like that. The reason I'm calling it. So yeah, because some of these things we learned in our first week or two ended up making an immediate impact. So, I think that statement you say about the 30% is right on. I mean, if you put it to use, it's going to happen.
It's about picking up the low-hanging fruit. I mean, we can't help you get the deals that you're already going to get. You're already going to get those deals. But the deals that you missed because you just didn't have the greeting right. You didn't put the buyer at ease in the greeting, or you didn't ask the right fact-finding questions, or you didn't demo the benefit, the advantage, feature, and benefit of your product or your service. And you didn't write them up and send them an agreement. And you didn't stop selling at that point and go for the close, actually ask the close. So that's what we do. Any part of the sales process, any objection, any problem that you ever have with your sales team, your management, we fix it. And then we do it every day.
What's the number one mistake sales managers are making these days, or that you run into?
I would say a lot of it has to do with the meetings, the sales meetings. A lot of sales meetings will happen like this. If they run it every day, which you should have a meeting every single day because your salespeople are going to be distracted. Mm-hmm. If you have a meeting every day, congratulations. But usually a meeting is going to go like this. All right, guys, make sure your pipeline's full. I'd really like you to make a bunch of phone calls today. Hey, somebody made a bad call last week. Don't do the bad call. Make sure your customer service. Okay, now let's go out there and get them. Does everybody understand? It's the same question. Hey, everybody got it?
Yeah, of course we do, yeah.
Yeah, man, we got it. And they're saying that so they can get out of the meeting. Nothing happened. So what we do, or on Monday, they go over closing. On Tuesday, they go over follow-up. Wednesday, they go over motivation. By Friday comes, you jack them up on a bunch of sugar with donuts and coffee and just hope that they work all day because by 2:30 they're checked out. They're average, man, because they're average. So what we do is we actually have sales meeting boot camps. These are quick little 5-minute boot camp sales meetings that we have already set up for the sales manager. So the sales manager simply comes in, grabs the sales team, pushes play on a predetermined segment of content, and then that segment of content builds every single day for 2 to 3 weeks on the same subject, where we start on a gradient and move through. So the sales meeting is no longer an activity. It becomes a process where you're building skill every day on follow-up or prospecting or phone mastery or the greeting, whatever it is. And then the salesperson actually goes and trains on his own for 10 to 15 minutes every day. So really, it's really understanding to turn the sales meeting into a skill-building sales meeting and do it every day in 20 minutes or less, plus role play.
Nice.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So how do you keep it so high energy? How do you keep the foot on the gas? I mean, does it come back to just the goals and being focused on where you're going?
It's tough. It's tough. Trey, I've got to resell myself every single day. Every single day. I wake up, I'm tired, I'm sore, I didn't sell something the day before, something's going on. Now there's some days where it's like, dude, I need to get out of bed at 4:30 or 4 because I need more time because of all the great stuff that's going on. Yeah. But I have days just like everybody else where it's, dude, I don't want to get up. What am I doing here today? Okay. But if that's the first question you're asking yourself, answer it. What am I doing here today? What am I doing? Who am I going to help? How am I making a difference? Okay. I don't get up first thing in the morning and count my money. I don't. It's what am I doing? It's got to be for somebody else, or it's got to be for a bigger purpose than just me and my freedom. Because if I'm the only one that's free and everybody else is slaves and chain, it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. I want people to go hang out with that are also free. So I got to help them too. The more free I can make them, the more free I get to be.
Yeah, resell yourself every day. That's a great point. Because we're all tired. We all put in extra hours and work our ass off. And every day you got to redo that. And I started writing down my goals every day when got the 10X planner, and it just kind of refocuses you on what you're doing and let you keep at it all day. So yeah, I love it. So as a salesperson, what's one thing that I could do maybe starting tomorrow that's going to make a difference as far as like a tactic or a skill, not so much on the motivation side, but something that I could add to my my sales process or my calls that you think is going to make a difference?
Train. If you're not on Cardone University, grab a book, grab an audio program, get some information from someone who's doing better than you. Okay. So that's what I would do. Okay. Now, of course, I get my information from Grant Cardone because that dude makes $100 million a year. And here's something to think about. Okay. There's somebody watching this right now that's like, dude, I've been doing this for 20 years. Dave's never sold a roof. Dave's never sold a piece of this or that or this product or that service. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you. You're right. I'm with you, man. You're right. That's the number one rule of selling. Agree. I'm agreeing with you. I haven't. But I tell you what, I train every single day, and I can walk into any industry, any company, and outsell anyone because my hustle, my grind, and the fact that I know the person in front of me. I know that person, whether I'm selling a cup of coffee or I'm selling a $20 million yacht, is going to say the price is too high. I'm going to need to think about it, and I've got to talk to this person over here before I can make a decision, and I'm busy, and I'll call you back next month. They're going to say that no matter what I'm selling. Yeah. So the number one rule that I'd give somebody right now, besides train on something every day, grab an audio, get yourself better, make a skill, sharpen your axe. That's the number one thing I would say. Sharpen your axe every day, somehow, some way. Work on a skill to get yourself better because it takes one day to get rusty.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Awesome. So anything else? What else? Anything we should cover that might be good for the Spotio atmosphere to soak in?
You know what I would say, guys, is if you're not investing in your people right now, that you're going backwards. Your people are the most important asset that you have in your company, and the sales team is the lifeblood of your organization. It's still hard for me to fathom that I deal with some owners of companies that, well, I don't want to train my salespeople. I don't know if they're going to be here in 3 months from now or 6 months from now. Like, dude, what if you don't train them and they stay for a year?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I would be scared about. And look, you're an entrepreneur. If I'm talking to any business owners, CEOs, presidents of companies, you're an entrepreneur, sir, ma'am. You're an entrepreneur. You will be disappointed.
Yeah.
People are going to quit. They're going to steal from you. Get over it and get used to it. I'll say it again. You're an entrepreneur, ma'am, sir. Your people are going to quit. They're going to disappoint you. Get over it. You're an entrepreneur. Your kids are going to disappoint you. Get over it. You're a parent. Okay? So you should be investing into them while they're there. Even if they're going to leave. Dude, they're going to leave. But your salespeople are going to leave because of 2 reasons. Number 1, they're going to get fired because they don't make enough money. Or number 2, they're going to get fired. Or they're going to quit because they don't make enough money. That's it. They don't make enough money. They're either quitting or they're getting fired.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to stop the turnover in your company? Train your people.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point because most of our customers are in the door-to-door industry, and
Right.
turnover is notorious there. I mean, the whole no training philosophy is notorious because why would I train someone if they can just quit the next day? I'm just gonna, and we hear it time and time again of, it's free. I don't pay my guys any base. If they don't want to go out and knock doors, and what do I care? And I was like, actually, that's the horrible attitude to have. The opportunity cost that you're missing out on about having someone out there that's actually succeeding is huge. I could be so small-minded to not see that.
Right. Well, that's what it is. You just said it, it's small-minded. You got to be, and just because you're an entrepreneur and just because you're the president doesn't mean that you're free. Doesn't mean that you're not average. Okay, because you're probably if that's an average way of thinking. Mm-hmm. Well, they're not going to do it. Blah blah blah. I mean, dude.
Don't be a little bitch.
Don't be a little bitch, man. Look, if you start, you're 100% responsible for your company. Whether your people train, I don't want to cram training down their throat, dude. Quit right now. Just quit. Okay. What if the U.S. Army says, well, I don't want to cram training down their throat? Really? Your favorite football team, and I know you have one. Could you imagine the owner coming out going, well, I don't want to cram practice down there? Really? You need to train your people like you're professional. And right now you're average and you're an amateur. If you're saying, dude, I don't want to train my people. I don't want to cram training down their throat. I just want them to be happy. You're perpetuating the average amateur salesperson. Go right ahead, because I'm going to work with your competition. And they're not going to be your competition anymore because they're going to dominate you. Mm-hmm. And I come along with Cardone University. I come along with the deal. So not only is Grant Cardone $100 million in a year earner, and if your people, by the way, if your people are only doing 50, 100,000, 250,000, they probably have some more to learn because they're not doing $1 million a year or $10 million a year. Okay? So don't learn from a guy that's making $1 million a year. Learn from a guy that's making $100 million a year. And your people pick up 1% of that knowledge. How much better is your company going to be? Even if we could just help your guys pick up 1 extra deal a month, 12 deals a year, and you've got 10 salespeople, that's an extra 120 deals. What's that going to be worth to your company? Mm-hmm. It's a fraction of what we charge for our training.
Yeah, we deal with the same thing selling our software to owners. A lot of time we'll get on the phone and we'll say, what do you think? Well, this is great. This is perfect. But, I want to let the team try it out. And if they like it, then I'll consider rolling it out. And you brought up, guys, this is a decision from the top down. This is, we're going to train, if we're going to use Spotio or a software, or we're going to have football practice, this is a decision from the top down. And this is how we do work here. This is how our business operates. It's not optional. You either get on board or you get out. And that's a decision from the top. It's not a consensus. This isn't a vote amongst the team here if they want to train or they want to use Spotio. No, this is how we do business here.
Talking to any entrepreneurs out there, your people will not want to train. I'm going to tell you right now. The number one reason somebody wouldn't want to do business with me, number one, is that they don't think their people would use it. 100% their people will not use the program. They will not train, because if they were going to train, they would have spent the money already. Now, they're going to spend their money. They're going to spend their money. But they're spending their money on the booze and the strip clubs and the big wheels and the trip to Orlando and doing whatever they're doing with their money, because that's what they're taught to do by the media and the average of this world. They're not taught to invest in yourself. You talk to the smartest people in the world. You talk to the most successful people on this planet. Let's take Warren Buffett, old Uncle WB. He says, if you have any money, even if it's a little bit, invest it into yourself, because that's not going to go anywhere. But dude, you're buying stuff that that's the biggest thing between rich, wealthy people and poor people. Poor people spend their money. Wealthy people invest their money. Why wouldn't you invest in yourself? That's going back to the entrepreneurs. Why wouldn't you invest into your people? Do you not care enough about your family that you wouldn't invest into the people that bring money into your family? It's like saying, well, I don't want to put new tires on my truck because, I don't know if I'm going to keep it forever. Dude, you're not going to keep it forever. But if you're slipping every single day, you're going to crash. Invest into some tires, dude.
That's awesome. Well, Dave, I really enjoyed talking with you. Touched on some really good stuff. How can people get a hold of you if they want to get in contact with you, learn more about Cardone University? Where can they find you at?
Real easy, man. I'm going to make it real easy. My email address is dave@grantcardone.com. dave@grantcardone.com. My Snapchat, really easy place to get a hold of me because I love getting snaps. Snapchat, it's dave.robards, ROBARDS, dave.robards. You want my cell phone? Because I'm a professional? Here's my cell phone. Nice. 702-619-4089. 702-619-4089. That is my direct cell phone. You see it right here. 10X rule.
Still on to that 702. That's Las Vegas, right?
That's right. So many people know from that, so I just keep it. So it's real simple. Here's the thing, guys, is I want to help your business. I do this every day because I love getting reports going, dude, I'm not doing it for the entrepreneur. I'm not doing it for the president. I'm doing it for the guy that was like me 3 years ago. The guy that was making less than 30 grand a year. The guy that didn't know how to run his life. The guy that didn't know how to go out there and get what he wanted. I just didn't have the skills. I knew I had the drive, but dude, it doesn't matter what kind of drive you have if you don't know what direction to go. So I want to help the guy that you lost faith in. The guy that he's got all this potential, but he doesn't know how to make a call. He doesn't know how to close a deal. He doesn't even know how to go for the close. That's the guy I want to help. I want to help the guy that doesn't know what he's doing yet. And in return, you make more money because I help your company. So get a hold of me. Even free sales meeting right here. A free 20-minute sales meeting for your entire team. I'll talk about whatever you want me to talk about. It'll be goals, focus, motivation, question and answer. I'll help you with a pitch. I'll help you with closes. Whatever you want, free 20 minutes. Email me, dave@grantcardone.com. I don't care what industry you're in. You're knocking doors. You're making phone calls. Whatever you're doing, I would love to do a free sales meeting for your team and just help you out. That's it.
Awesome. Fantastic. That's great. Dave, thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it. Everybody out there is going to love this. So looking forward to getting in their hands. We'll talk to you soon.
Trey, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate the time, and I can't wait to get in front of your sales team. I need to do another meeting for you guys.
Well, let's put it on the calendar.
All right. Thanks. Take care.